Hey, Shalom, Akin, Shalom, Shalom. First of all, we want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahawashi, by Hashem Chachadash. You know, hey, we just all, out, in the countryside in a minute. Before we do a video, man, you got this article, brothers posted up in the chat recently, and, kind of wanted to talk about it, and, because everything in this world, man, is polluted, man, and there's no escaping it. No matter how much and how much you want to or try to avoid, bad things, like in terms of your consumption of your food, right? Because everyone's trying to eat healthy and eat right. Okay, but even when you're trying to do that, Esau's that they're fucking shit up for you, man. He's making it impossible for you to live a straight life, man. To do well for yourself, to do well, to do righteously, and he's doing everything that he can to mess up everything, man. And even this is like the scripture speaks about wearing out the saints.
Yep.
Right. All this is wearing us out, because if we can't eat right, our bodies ain't right, and if our body ain't right, our mind ain't right.
Yeah.
And it's all a massive effect that it just goes round and round and round, and it holds you back, from being what you could be. And
by design.
By design.
Yeah.
And this is the time we're living, man, because the earth is corrupt, man. Yeah. These are the evil days, right? So, these are the things that are going on, and most people don't think about these things on a day-to-day basis. But you get an article like this that comes along, and makes you think about, oh, well, but no one ever connects the dots and just stay out straight. This world is evil and wicked and corrupt.
Yep.
Everyone was read that, like, oh, if they even bother read it, they were like, oh, and they still go down to McDonald's
it's from the Daily Mail. It don't, all that rubbish.
Because all these people don't give a crap. Oh, I'm still going to eat this and still going to eat that and whatever. But read the title anyway,
Yeah. So this is from the Daily Mail. It says the UK faces a tidal wave of harm as ultra-processed food, including sliced bread, cereal and ready meals, put millions at risk of heart attacks and strokes.
Now, those foods that they mentioned, right, they're staple foods in this country. And in the West. they're staple foods in the West, whether it be here or America or wherever, right? In Europe, bread and cereal, they are staple foods for everyone pretty much, right? So, and it's something that they've taught them to eat, right?
Yeah.
They've encouraged them to eat these things,
yeah, right?
But these are highly toxic foods, really. And it's not because that they're toxic. It's not that bread itself is toxic, or corn or wheat or whatever is toxic. It's not because they are intrinsically toxic. It's because of Esau, he's processing what he does to the food before it gets into your onto your plate or whatever, right? It's what Esau's doing. Everything is Esau and what he's doing to the earth, what he's doing to the people.
Yeah.
Right? Because everything was made for our benefit. Most High made all these things for us to enjoy.
Yes. At the end of Genesis, each day and the power saw that it was good. Everything was good, i.e., everything was made in its perfection.
Yeah. Right? The meat, everything was made lawfully to eat and stuff like that. But everything that's lawful to eat, Esau's messing it up. And even we were talking about earlier, like we mentioned sausages, even though sausages probably should be on this list. It might be on this list because that's kind of a processed food. But it's like literally everything is being fucked up. So it's like, what can you eat? So, it is what it is. But like, you might go and buy chicken sausages, right? But it might be in pork casing.
Yeah.
And you're like, why? What was the need for it? It's just not even it's not even the same category of food. Like, why are you doing that? And most people wouldn't even notice that if they like, whether you like us or they might be Muslims. Like, most people wouldn't even think about that. Oh, I'm buying chicken sausage. That's what you think you're buying. You're not expecting pork to be in it, because it's like the same thing when Iceland was sending beef burgers and most of it was horse.
Yeah.
But this is what Esau's world was like.
Yeah.
So, like I said, this is not the first time. Like the articles they had literally done everything, man. They had the article about red meat and all these things that give you cancer and stuff like that. It is literally everything.
Yeah.
Everything, because everything is tainted.
Yeah, because the wicked is in rulership.
That's right. And the wicked, you can tell by their fruit, right? And this is Esau's fruit. Everything is in Esau's world is, you see his fruit, man. And if the shit's killing you, everything's killing you, man. Literally everything is trying to kill you. The water, the air, the food.
That's it. Isaiah 24:5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
Right, so we got the wicked in power, Esau, right? You think he gives a damn about the laws of the Heavenly Father? He out here trying his utmost best to dismantle everything. But what's the repercussions of that? Like, he knows what they are. That's why he gonna get his grass-fed beef. The elites are gonna get their grass-fed this and their Wagyu beef and all that kind of stuff. It's you, it's the people who don't give a shit about that he's gonna make you eat this shit. You know, he gonna make you eat cereal. You know, that highly processed is some, and it shouldn't be, but it is. It's highly processed. He's gonna make you eat it. You know, start feeding you fucking Fruity Loops and all this madness. You know what I mean? But you know, some brothers have biases. There's things that their brothers like and stuff like that. But
like the Kellogg's Crunchy Nut.
Crunchy,
Oh man, with the peanuts.
Yeah, that's nice. It's nice,
but it's 30% sugar. It's in like not like when you do the carbs it becomes no. Just on the pack, when you look at it, it's 30% sugar.
Yeah. You
know, no wonder it tastes so damn good.
But that's what they say. That's the slogan on it. You know, that's the slogan. But yeah, Esau is just doing things. Yeah, Frosties. You know, but yeah, Esau's doing things to everything. Yeah. To make it far worse than they ever should be.
Yeah. Well, this is well, right? This is Revelation 12:10, and I heard loud voice in heaven. So it's like, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of Mashiach, right? For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. Right, I bring this one up because one of the reasons as well, so that Esau can be like, oh, look at your people. Look at them eating pork, eating this, doing that, doing whatever it is. But who's the one that is making it so? Who's the one that is making it such that, like, say, what one of the, do you remember lockdown? So in England, as I'm sure it is in America and, you know, all Western European countries, even Eastern European countries, pork is like the #1 dish.
Yeah, 100%.
Right, but over lockdown, all of the clean meats were gone and the pork was the only thing left. Right? You know, all little things like that. Right, he's trying to get.
There's a shitload of pork in the shops, man.
You know.
Yeah, there's always a shitload of pork everywhere, man. It's like, but I say he promotes that stuff, man. He put it on a special offer for you. He do kind of things for you, man. You know, as long as it's wicked, he'll do it for you.
Well,
you know, 2 for 1.
Yeah. Well, what's an English breakfast?
Sausages, bacon.
Sausages and bacon.
Sometimes, what's that one? Black pudding.
Oh yeah.
You know, which is blood and something else. I can't remember the shit like that, man. But yeah, they love that shit, man.
Yeah.
You know, the only thing healthy on it was the eggs.
Yeah.
That's it. And you don't even know, because what the chicken be eating, we don't know.
Yeah.
Don't know what the chicken was eating. You know, you got the caged hens, you got the free range hens, but you got the organic eggs. But none of this means shit in this world.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. None of it means anything.
Yeah, free range, I think, legally just means the gate is open. But
yeah, they can run the radical exercise and all that kind of stuff. They're supposed to bet eggs. Yeah.
But one of the
happier chickens.
But one of the things I remember reading was because of just how ingrained that whole factory farm is, even if the gate's open, a lot of them just stay indoors.
But this is another thing, right? You know, back in more ancient times, before mass, industrial, production, like these things are not problems. These things weren't problems. You know what I'm saying? And it's because of Esau's methods, his ways.
Yeah.
Make it how it is.
Kind of. So I was gonna say, especially when you look back to the years when Mum was at home. That was a key thing. A key, because what happens now? Both husband and wife work, come back home,
fast food,
the ready meals. You know,
haven't got the time to prepare a good meal.
Exactly. And I remember hearing one nutritionist who was basically saying, "All right, man, cool. You want to have your cake? Cool. I have one requirement: you make it yourself." Right, which is touching on what this article is saying. It says the ultra processed stuff, right? Because like I always say, man, when you make a cake, you see how much sugar and butter goes into that, man. You're like, yo, look, man, this is only for treats, you know.
Because you think before it even gets into your store, they got to add all these preservatives to have it stay there for so long, you know. And people don't think about it. Yeah. Because they want the longest lasting thing possible, but the longer it lasts, the more preservatives got.
Exactly. And then not only that, if I may say as well, it's like, though these companies that are ultra processing things, they are doing it for maximum profit.
Yeah, it's not about consumers, like the consumers at heart. There's nothing to do with that. That's not how Esau operates, you know.
Esau, I remember Brother Carl was like, Esau just says, "Oops," that's his thing.
Yeah.
You know, he knows it's wrong.
Yeah, of course he does. Man.
You know, like Teflon.
Yeah. Cowboy. Yeah, he speaks to that a lot.
You know, Teflon, man, the bill that they got was minuscule. in terms of like how much money they made as a whole.
Yeah, it's nothing.
You know, it was nothing.
And they still produce it.
Yeah.
So, you know, they don't give a shit.
You know, people call you, you know, the C word if you speak bad about Teflon. You know. But what does it say? So, back to the Mail article, right? UK faces a tidal wave of harm as ultra-processed food, including sliced bread, cereal and ready meals, put millions at risk of heart attacks and strokes. Right? So Britain's facing a tidal wave. Landmark research shows people who eat the most mass-produced foods are 24% more likely to suffer heart attack and stroke, new statistics reveal.
So that's not a small number.
Yeah.
And like I said, Esau's promoted all these foods at some point in the past, even to this very day he promotes them. You know, talk about they're great. You know what I mean? Like he's mass marketing that.
Yeah.
Right, but it's just garbage.
Yeah.
It's been garbage.
Well, it's so messed up that Esau will have Coca-Cola and McDonald's sports events.
Yeah, exactly. Olympics and football and whatever, man. You know. Yeah, drinking Coca-Cola at half time. I was like,
yeah. So Ronaldo did what he did. Was that stage or was that not? But he looked at it like, I shouldn't do this.
Yeah, but he looked annoyed.
Yeah,
know?
And it's like, drink water.
Drink
water.
Yeah. That's what. Yeah, but Esau ain't gonna promote water like that.
Yeah.
You know, you might have the Evian out there or whatever, but Esau's like, it's Coca-Cola all around the place, man.
Yeah.
Advertising for days.
Yep, it says, and they are also 39% more likely to develop high blood pressure, a separate study found.
And notice that these are all things that Jake is suffering with. And you know, the fact that they're obese and stuff like that, but this is what you're feeding them. You make this stuff, well, it's not so cheap these days, but you made this stuff cheap to get.
Yeah. Well, this is what it says, right? Next line. So like ultra-processed foods constitute 57% of the national diet. Right, making the UK the worst consumers of them in Europe. Right, reason because you're talking about cheapness, and when you look at like a lot of this cheap mass-produced stuff, who really is eating it? The poor.
Yep. Right,
and let's be real. Yeah, you got Jake that be eating it, but in England you got a whole load of poor ass Edomites too, right? Even some that look like Edomites, but you got a lot of poor people in this country, man. But that's the thing as well with Esau. Esau doesn't care about the low rungs of his people as long as he can get Jake. Right, because at the end of the day, that's Esau's main, point of attack is Jake.
And that's why if you deep it, like you think about it, like this doesn't mention America, but it actually might mention America. But America, like, it's got to be the worst place for that sort of stuff, right?
Yeah.
But for the UK, which is like kind of like, well, if it's the worst in Europe, it's like it must be the second in the world type thing, innit? But that's because America is that main place, Babylon on the earth, right, where Jake is. But then you got the unclean frog, okay, which is the UK.
Yep.
You know,
London.
Well, London, but this is where the studies is coming from, right? And so that's why these things are so what's the word I'm looking for? Prevalent, but it's toxic. I feel like a better words right this minute in time, right? It's Jake's being attacked on a different level here compared to everywhere else in Europe. Yeah. You know, because again, this place is a focal point for that, right? Anything else that can glean off that?
That was pretty much it on the article. It likens it to like tobacco and stuff like that, but then it also makes you start thinking, okay, cool. So Esau puts it out, destroys the people, but then now he's going to come in with taxes, or come in with this, or come in with that, or limit the options.
With the drink up with the sugar tax and things like that, and it'll just do the same.
The sugar tax, which sugar's bad for you, but the aspartame's worse.
It's worse. Yeah. Natural sugar's fine, but processed sugar is not.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because where do you get natural sugar? You don't. You don't see it.
Yeah.
But there's Tate and Lyle sugar packs everywhere. It's white sugar, pure white sugar. I think they even say pure on the bloody packet as I'm stupid as. You know what I mean? It's not good for you.
That's it.
You know.
It says Ezekiel 4:13 says, and Yahweh said, even thus. Let me see if there's anyone we can glean off. Nah, that's really pointing, isn't it? It says, and the Lord Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. That's
why our bread, our food, right, is defiled, right? It's tainted. It's not food is meant to be nutritious. The food is meant to aid the body, to give it energy, to repair the body and all that kind of stuff, man. It don't really do that, man. It leaves you feeling hungry. It makes you want to eat more.
Does the complete opposite.
It does the complete opposite. It's causing cancerous cells in your body, making your heart, heart palpitations and stuff, hormonal imbalances.
That's a big one. That's a very big one.
And it's Esau. It is Esau and what he does to your food.
Yeah.
It's not by accident.
Yeah. When you look at all the problems in the world, you have to then always come back to that one common denominator, and that is Esau, right? Because we were speaking about it the other day. So no matter what it is that he's doing, whatever it is, he's doing it wrong, right? Because he says, oh, well, because the new one, right? Oh, you can't use plastic straws. You have to use the paper ones, and it comes out the paper ones are damaging to people, right? That's the new one. Oh, actually, the paper straws are actually quite bad. Oops, right? And then it's even to get that, that paper straw, right? He'll be like, oh yeah, but you're not drilling oil from the ground. But then like the monoculture of having those forests just for producing paper is bad for the environment. Right?
Same with the electric cars.
Yeah.
It's the same shit.
Terrible for the environment.
He convincing you for a time because it's benefit to him that, they should be using this or that, but then he will kind of outlaw it kind of thing, tell you it's bad and take it away from you. And you're just left there in the days like, what the hell's going on? What's this devil doing? It was another point, man. I can't remember right this second. But yeah. Scripture there?
Yeah, I've still got more on Ezekiel, so I've not finished it. So it says, Ezekiel 4:13, and the Lord Jehovah said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, where I will drive them. Right, so yeah, we went into that, man.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say, right? Because this is why it was always important for Esau to take everybody's land, and so you can't produce your own food. They try to outlaw it in America because you got to get land over there. He wants your land. He wants, he don't want you growing nothing there, right? Because he wants to control what you eat. The FDA, they want to control what you eat, and they want to prove what you can and can't eat. They want to take away real food, give you fake food, and God knows what the fuck they're putting in that shit. They want to control what you eat, but what they're giving you already isn't any good. What makes you think what they're gonna give you in the future is gonna be any better?
Yeah.
Because all this shit is hidden by numbers and all kinds of stuff. You don't know what the fuck they're putting in this shit, man.
But
what's the results? Yeah. We're reading it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like I was gonna say, plus as well, it's I think it's in the UK, it's not even one where they have to even put it on the thing. It's sort of like, oh, that's what we're used to, right? Because I think flavoring is a catch-all. You read at the back of ingredients will just say flavorings. That's a catch-all. They can put whatever they want in the flavorings. It's just covered by flavorings.
Yep. But grab us Never Trust Thy Enemy. Second address.
That's right. Yeah. This is Sirach 12 from verse 10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
So do you really honestly think like having this man in control of everything, because what he's doing, is a good idea? Because you simply are going to put all your trust in him when the time comes, right? When that MOTB gets pushed, you're going to put your trust in him. You can't even trust him now.
Yeah.
To look after you, because he ain't looking after nobody.
Yeah.
He's poisoning people. But in the last days, a lot of people are gonna run to him for help.
Yeah.
Big mistake.
Just on that one real quick. It says Isaiah 31:1 says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help.
Yep.
Right, and stay on horses and trust in chariots.
Trusting in the system, man. Trusting in Esau's dominion.
Yeah. Yep. His supposed strength.
Yep.
Right. It says, because they are many, and then horsemen because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahweh. Yet
the Lord was the one that was telling you all these things were going to happen. And this is why we've taken heed to, because the Lord have opened our ears and our eyes to hear and see these things, right? So we know when these type things happen, we know why they're happening. These are not just occurrences that are just taking place. The Lord has constructed these things. So when that time happens, look to Him. That's what the Lord has said.
Yeah.
But most people are not looking for that. Most people are gonna, most of our people are gonna run to Esau because they don't have no faith, or they've been taught about, the leopard of Christ, as their Lord and Savior, right? So they're gonna run to Esau because that's the image of him, right?
Yeah.
And beg help from him.
Yeah.
But that's not your master, Yeah. I mean, you're making yourself his master, but the Most High is our master, man.
That's it.
All right.
Yeah, and the Lord, and that's one of the reasons Lord is gonna be so annoyed at our people, and is going to ultimately destroy a large majority of them, man.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, like I said, Spirit always has me go into, man. It was really powerful what the Lord did in likening Israel to a woman, because that allows us as men to feel it, right? Yeah. To be able, obviously not on the same level.
Something you're familiar with.
Like, you imagine, you tell your woman, all right, babe, don't worry about it. When I get home from work, I'll fix it. Then you come home, some next guy's in your house. Yeah. Like fixing, you gonna lose your mind.
You know how that feels.
Yeah,
you know exactly how that feels, bro. You know, and the Most High, yeah, he's offended too, bro. You know what I mean? And this is the result of our transgression.
That's it.
You know, the Most High ain't afraid to put hands on us, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put hands on you, man. You know, in this society we can't do that, so we gotta just, shut up and just move on. You know what I'm saying? But the Most High ain't afraid to put hands on us, man. It's the rod of correction upon us. You know, for our correction, not for our destruction, for our correction, because surely Israel shall be saved. You know, the Lord ain't just gonna put us out there, you know, and just leave us in the hands of our enemies. He's not gonna do that, right?
As even on this makes you think of, I'll get it real quick, in Hebrews, right? Isaiah 31, maybe think of this in Hebrews, right? Hebrews 11:6, right? It says, but without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Right, so just like in the other one it was saying, but they, look not unto Yahweh. They don't, they're not looking as to Yahweh as a strength and savior and help. Yeah. Right. Whereas here it's saying, look, man, if you don't look at me as I ain't gonna help you. Why will I help you?
This guy help you.
Yeah.
Yeah. This guy's gonna die, say, but yeah, let him help you. You know.
Oh. So what? Now you're going back. You're gonna come back to me.
Baby, come back. You know? All of that. That's not gonna be happening, man.
You know. That's it.
You know, the Lord's dealing with his faithful, man. You know, he's chosen the elect, right? And that's what we always tell you, man. This truth is for the elect. Anybody that can't get it or don't want to get it,
it's on them.
Yeah, you can go stand with Esau.
That's it.
You know.
That's it. So Micah 2:10, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, right? Because it is polluted, and it shall destroy you even with the sword destruction. You know, and this is evidently what this place is doing to us. And you still got Jake out there in the world, even Israelites in the world, trying to make their place in this world, thinking that they're gonna do something here. You're gonna do something, and then you're gonna be destroyed, man. And it's gonna be for nothing. Yeah. You know, and that is the issue that you guys just don't understand. You know, you're putting so much energy and time into creating something in a place that's gonna be destroyed. Yeah. You know, the fashion of this world passeth away. Scriptures speak about, these have their consolation. Yep, the consolation prizes, man. That's like second place prize. You know what I mean? Third place prize. You're not the winner. You know, you're not winning. You're getting the loser prize. You know, so you get your little thing in this world, and you might feel like you've achieved something, or or whatever. But that's what you're gonna have. Because at the end you're gonna have shame. Yeah. Because all of this stuff is gonna burn, man. Man, the Lord's had me live a really, interesting life, man. Around, some guys that have done well in this world, but they have no idea what's literally around the corner. None of their riches and their wealth is gonna save them in the day, and they're gonna wish they had. They're gonna wish they had what we had. Yeah. That I'm sure for us, in a heartbeat they would trade places for what we have. This truth, they will trade places. They don't know it now. Not yet. They don't know it, but when that time comes, they will know, right? And they're gonna wish that they were us, Lord willing, we will be of the elect, right? They're gonna wish they're gonna be in our shoes. And then they're gonna be like, oh, that's why they were like that. That's why he used to do that. Oh, is that why he was a bit, he was always distant, a bit, Yeah, man, and like I said, if they had foresight or hindsight or whatever, if they look back on things, right, they would have said, look, I would have gave that up then. Yeah. I would have gave up that life, and knowing what we was going to receive, right? They would trade it in, man. That's it. This is Proverbs 11:4. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. That's right, and that's what we're banking in, man. We're banking. We're doing enough to please the Lord, to deserve salvation, man. To deserve deliverance, man, and like I said, we can't. It's not, we're not gonna slide Yahweh Shai, 100 and get on the chariot. That's not what's gonna happen, man. It's like a couple of 20s over.
that's not the type of payment the Lord is looking for, man. The Lord wants your blood, sweat, and tears, essentially, man. Your devotion,
sacrifice,
your faith, right? That's what He wants. So that's what we try and give Him, you know, through our work, for our belief, right? And dealing with the world, you know, in a righteous way, you know, dealing with the scoffers and the scorners, man, and not breaking, you know, your mental, you know. Carry on pushing forward, man. That's what the Lord wants to see. The Lord has got everything. The Lord got everything. Well, He don't need nothing from you, but He want to see that you're committed, man.
And especially, like, you know, linking back to original topic as well, like when we are going through these, you know, diet-induced ailments or ailments in general, like, okay, what are you gonna do? You're gonna have faith. You know, I mean, certain times you get messed up and you like totally messed up. You might have to visit the hospital or whatever, but then it's, you know, it's the spirit in that, you know, that happens in. It's a thing of like, oh no, Esau's the one that's gonna save me, or is it, you know, sending up them prayers?
It's never Esau. It's never Esau, and this is the thing, right? It's another thing I think about a lot. It's like, right? Anytime anything good, anything bad happens, it's all the Heavenly Father. Everything, man. You give thanks. Like, it's not wrong to thank somebody that, you know, done you something, right? But you make sure you thank the Heavenly Father, man, because only it was Him that was behind that, man. If something good happened to you, you know, your boss gave you the day off work or anything, man. Whatever, He changed the shift for you so you can go do this or do that. Right? Yeah, He did it. The guy, he want to pen it in or type it in or whatever, and had the day off or whatever. There's Most High to put the Spirit on him for that to happen. Most High is the orchestrator of what happened. Right. So when you thank one, you better make sure you properly thank the Heavenly Father for doing that.
That's it.
You know.
Job 2:10. But he said unto it, Thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of the Most High, and shall we not receive evil? Right.
The Most High said He controls good and controls evil. You know. So you know, you should be thinking about Him all the time when anything happens. You know.
That's why we, especially when we go through these trials and tribulations, we must always remember to give praise. Right? Because at the end of the day, for instance, you read Hebrews 6 or 12. Hebrews 12, I think, which speaks about, you know, if we receive chastening, right? No chastening in the present seem joyous, but, you know, whom the Lord loves, He chasteneth. You know, so it's like in those instances, those are the things that, you know, really help us, you know, because it's sort of like, you know, with the whole thing with diets, like, you know, the sweet things, you know, the sweet things are, you know, taste good, but it's really the bitter stuff, you know, that is good for you. You know,
that's right.
Yeah, and that's it, man.
But it's even like this truth, man. It's sweet in thy mouth, but bitter in thy stomach, man. But obviously, it's making you whole.
Yeah,
you know, even though it's a harshness to it, like, you know, this thing's gonna make you whole.
Yeah.
You know, but you have to deal with the bitter side to it. You can't just deal with the sweet side of it. You know.
And have faith actually that we'll be able to come out the other end.
Yeah.
Which is the main thing. So if in fact, let me grab this if I may. Bear it. I know that's in there.
Or maketh a way.
Yeah.
Temptation, no man.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah. Temptation, man. Salakia. Yep. This is 1 Corinthians 10 from 13. It says, there hath no temptation taken you, but such as common to man. Which even in that is a bit confident in a kind of a fucked up way. Like when you're going through things, it's like, you know what, another brother's going through it. And in the fucked up, it kind of gives you confidence. It's not just me.
But this is the whole reason and purpose Yahushua came in the flesh. So He could be tempted the same way we're tempted, to show us a way of doing or conquering, you know.
And it can be done.
It can be done, you know. So even though you might bitch about shit, and sometimes you might feel, you know, down in the spirit, like, fuck, like, how the fuck am I gonna get through this? Just remember the Most High is the one in control of this, all right? So if the Most High wants you to get free, you will get to the other side, but you have to be of the mental fortitude to know that all I've got to do is power through it. Just got to power on, you know? And Lord willing, I'll get to the other side of that, man. It ain't gonna last forever. You know, especially if you believe it was gonna end anyway, you know it's not gonna last forever.
Exactly.
So, you know, you just have to take things as they come. Yeah, the Lord's chastising me and whatnot, but I gotta move on cheerfully and just continue doing the work. You know?
It says, but the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able. So once again, that's a comfort, because it's like, well, if you believe, which we must, believe that we're men of the Lord. Until, you know, laws will we continue, but until that, you know, we know any other, you know, we've got to believe that we're the men of the Lord. We have to.
That's right.
Right? So then, if we especially believe we're men of the Lord, right, it's just like, oh, well, okay, the Lord's making me go through this because he knows I can come out the other end. Right? And that's a comfort. Okay.
So even when you trip and fall, the scripture speaks about the righteous man falling 7 times and get a fight, right? So even though you trip and fall, it's the Lord, it's the mental state the Lord's got you in that makes you push on, to make you endure hard suffering like a soldier, right? So even when you do, like, you know, you fail at certain points or whatever, your focus is getting to the end of this thing, regardless of those mistakes. Right, because those that don't get to the end, those that give up before the end, guess what? Like, you're automatically a loser. Yeah,
a Sirach 2, woe unto them that loses patience. Right, and it finishes off gully because it's like, what will you do when the Lord will visit you?
Yeah, so, you know what I mean? You didn't have the faith, you didn't have the mental strength to really, because if you really did believe, you'd fight until the end.
That's it.
You'd fight until the last bell, you know. But some guys, they lose heart, you know. And Satan gets to them, and Satan destroys them. If that's, you know, because obviously they're not of the elect then.
That's it.
But the elect, they're not going to be destroyed by Satan, because Satan's always around, you know. So it's, you know, always around fucking with you, man. But the you know, he can't, just like Job, he can't get to Job.
That's
he can make shit happen to Job. He can make shit happen to us.
Yeah.
But he can't make him lose faith in the Heavenly Father.
That's it.
If you have to do that, that's just it's not possible. It's not in Satan's power to do that.
It's not in his remit. You know, like I'm talking about, it was, although it's a season 2, it was dodgy as hell, but like Good Omens on Amazon.
I haven't seen it. Yeah.
But basically in the beginning of season 2, right, it's basically going into the story of Job. Right, okay. And you had like the righteous angel, so called, looking at the evil angel, being like, you can't do this to Job. The Most High will never do that to Job. And then the evil angel's like, look, man, this is the contract.
Yeah,
right, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this, I can do that. Right, I just can't do X, Y, and Z. And that's what it was. You know, and if, you know, once again, if we be of the elect, there is a list of things that Yahweh has said, alright, cool, watch this, right? Do that to him. You know, do that to him. But watch, he's gonna be cool. He's gonna be cool. Watch, I told you he's gonna be cool.
Yeah. Even in the face of death.
Yeah.
You know, the elect are gonna take death on the chin, right? They're gonna take it on the chin, man. You know, they're gonna be kind of, you know, humble and thankful at the same time, man. They're gonna be like, oh, because they finished their course. Yeah. Just like Paul finished his course. He said that, right? Yeah. So Stephen, right? Same thing. Once they're in that moment, they know they've done their thing, man.
Yeah. Plus, also, we understand death. You know, that's it. It's like, you know, the Lord has had mercy on us. We understand that. It was Ecclesiastes 12, right? The dust shall return to the earth, and the spirit shall return to the Most High who gave it. Plus, we understand reincarnation. Plus, we believe that there is more. Because there's another thing. These people, you know, when they say, oh, what happens when you die? It's because they don't have a true belief of what happens next.
Death ain't the end.
Yeah.
Death ain't the end,
this
man.
ain't the end.
Just the beginning. You know what I mean? That's it, man.
But and this is it, right? At this point in time, if we die, like, that is just a whole new beginning, right? Because we're gonna come back with Yahweh Shai, right, in the chariots. So it says
powered up.
Yeah, powered up. In 1 Thessalonians, the 4th chapter, right? Then, you know, then we which are alive and remain shall, you know, basically meet up with them in the air, right? And with those that have died. So no, it says the dead and Yahweh Shai shall rise first, and then we which are alive and remain. Right. So those that, you know, die in the Lord, it's kind of like, you know, you're kind of like, yo, so wait, I died, but that means I can come back first, like ride out, you know, riding out with the Lord.
I'm not even coming back the same way I left. You know what I'm saying?
But on the other hand, there are those of us who have died for the last time. Like, imagine this like the last time they died is the last time they'll ever die. Ever. Yeah. Like, that's mad.
Yeah, because we're in those times now.
Yeah.
We're in those times, man, and everything that's, you know, being dug up on East, all the
shameful spirit,
all the experiment, not the experiments, the what they call these things, we just read, experiments, the results of these tests, like a better word, you know, all these things that are being
exposés,
Maybe, you know, it's just showing you how evil Esau is and how wicked and shitty this world really is, man. And really, like, why the fuck would you want to be alive in this place anyway? You know what I'm saying? Like, who wants to be run by this devil any longer, really? Like, well, the scripture says it, man. There should no flesh be saved, man. If Esau carried on the way he's going, man, everyone would be fucking dead.
Yeah, including his damn self.
You know, he's got nukes, man. He's like, he's the worst person to have any of these types of things. He's the worst person to have power.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to deal with, you know, the earth and people righteously, man. You know, so people are always gonna suffer under him.
That's it.
Under the righteous, the wicked shall. Under the righteous, the people shall rejoice, and under the wicked, the people shall mourn, man.
That's it.
And this world is in really a mourning state, because you can't tell me, like, even though these people smile and joke about it and that, man, they're dying.
Yeah.
They're suffering on diabetes, obesity, heart problems, all kinds of shit. These men can't be fucking happy.
Well, the best example of that is the Western woman, man. Here it is. She's been sold this dream, and in your face, she'll be like, "Oh yeah, I'm happy. Oh, I'm a girl boss." Yeah, she's 34.
Yeah, you're just telling yourself that shit.
You know, got cats in her house, right?
Got no man, she's got bare cats.
No
you know?
Yeah, she can't. What do you call it? Each time she's got like a you know, one of those pickle jars. She's struggling to open it and shit. Going to bed with a teddy bear, hugging it like it's a real man. Oh, a vast array of sex toys in her thing because she needs it. Well, and then you know, you look in their eyes. You look in their eyes, you can see they're dead because they, you know, they're unhappy because everything that this man sells you is a lie, right?
Yep.
You know, and that's why we read in Mark 2:10, everything here is polluted and it will destroy you. He's weaponized everything against everyone. Yeah,
no matter how well you intend to do anything, he's got ways to just mess that shit up, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, so when you quote Matthew 24:22, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
Alright, so under this rulership of the devil, man, he's only going to continue poisoning you, right, until he gets the numbers, numbers down, man, because that's what he wants. I know the Georgia Guidestones ain't up anymore, so, you know, supposedly or whatever, but don't think the goal hasn't changed.
Yeah.
that's a well-known goal amongst them. They don't think that hasn't changed because it's still the same, you know. But this is why this is what they've been doing and how they've been doing it.
Yeah.
You know, I know it's, you know, people like to focus on the V shots and all this kind of stuff, right? But he's also been trying to kill off people for time.
He's been doing it.
The only thing is he's been making money off your sickness, off your illnesses.
Yeah.
Right? He's not ready to let you go right now because he's making money off you while you're dying. Yeah. You know. Oh, he's keeping you alive just so you can keep buying his medication because now it's just big pharma.
There's a lot of information about like SIDS, sudden infant, you know, death syndrome and stuff like that. And you know, I'll leave, you know, the viewer to go and do their own research before YouTube complains. But it's just like you look at the incidences of that when young children weren't, you know, and then nowadays when young children are, you know, a lot more. The amount of SIDS has gone up, man. You know?
And this is another thing to think about as well, man. If Esau's so smart and we're so enlightened in this day and age, how is Esau still giving you shit to eat? Like, he should know what he's making, right? Yeah, and whether or not it's good for you. I mean, he does though. He just wants you to suffer. Yeah. That's all it is. That's how you know he's the devil. Yeah. Because we should, like my brother Kai keeps saying, why the fuck are we arguing about fucking diet in 2023? Like, diet's been like, wasn't really a big issue. Maybe you had lack of different foods in different regions and stuff like that, but here you have everything. Yeah. Pretty much, right? Now but now what you're choosing to eat is just not correct. Yeah. Or what Esau decides to sell you is just not correct. You know? But we shouldn't be saying, like, trying to figure out what a good diet is. That you feel like that should have been like worked out a long time ago, right? And like I say, if he's so smart and all this kind of bit, why are we still fucking arguing or being duped into buying shit that we don't need? You know. But yeah, like I said, this is this world, man. It will destroy us in the end. That's it. And this is why we need to get the hell up out of here.
Yeah, it's the end goal.
You got anything else there?
I had this one from before. This is Psalms 82:5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. You know, so everything's out of course in this world. As you speak about, diet should just be something that is just done. It's just, you know, you don't have to think about it. Right, but in Esau's world, you do. Right, here it is. It's like,
sorry, what even makes it worse? Like, you might actually be on point with the diet, but like I said, the thing is still corrupted. Yeah. So it's like, there's no winning.
That's it. Yeah, no, but that's pretty much it, right? You know, you might be eating the best, you know, that you can, and I mean, you know, even you speak to certain people and always say this from other parts of the world, whether it be France or, you know, East Asia, where, you know, their diets if they had the same diet in America, they're obese. You know? So it's just like, what the hell is this man doing? You, once again, you be wanting to do the right thing. You might be like, look, man, I'm gonna go vegetarian, right? I'm gonna just have tomatoes, but he sort of spliced eel DNA into the tomatoes, man.
Yep. Pesticides and all kinds of shit.
Roundup.
Yeah.
He knew it was, oh, man.
Yeah. And then he try to make you buy organic because you think, oh, the pesticide, because you think you're on it. You think you're clued in. Oh yeah, that one's got pesticide. I ain't gonna eat that one. Yeah. I'm gonna eat the organic one, but the organic one's still got pesticides in it. Yeah. And you pay more for it.
Yeah. Because then because for instance, you've got groundwater runoff, right? You've got all kind of things that just all accumulate together to then mean, which in fact that's homework for the viewer as well. It's like, what does organic mean in your region? Because this is it. We as Jake, when we read certain words and terminologies, we
make assumptions.
Yeah, because the thing is, because we
try
to
to
be sincere.
It means healthy.
Yeah. But organic likely has a definition, and like that definition will change by region.
Yeah, it's got like animal corpses in it.
Know?
It's just there.
Man.
Some of it's organic, you know, it came from the earth, which is organic, but you know, the fruit itself or the vegetable itself is not organic.
Exactly.
You know, some loopholes.
Man. Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right then. Yeah, so yeah, Esau's the devil, as per usual. Right? And yeah, you know, give all praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Ruach HaKodesh. And yeah, we'll catch you guys on the next video, man. So next time, Shalom.